So here with the barbell on the floor, I will perform a deadlift technique to lift the barbell up before I do an RDL. A deadlift technique, I start the hips slightly lower before I push it up. I stack my rib cage on my pelvis as it is in a normal RDL, and I lower the weight down slowly. Besides that, performing the Romanian deadlift is basically similarly as though we are doing it off a rack. The only difference between a Romanian deadlift that is done from a deadlift position versus a Romanian deadlift that is done from a rack is a starting position. As you can see here, I'm starting from a deadlift position, and so basically right now my hips have to go lower so that I can efficiently use my glutes to push myself up rather than using my back as a fishing rod or like a lever to pull myself up. A deadlift is a push motion, a push and pull. Alright, but we want to use the legs to push ourselves off the ground. Compared to a rack where you just need to focus on lowering yourself down, the main difference in the Romanian deadlift where you start from a deadlift position is that you have to do a deadlift and lift the bar up first before lowering the barbell down. Now, at such weights, it might not be that dangerous on the spine, but we want to hone in appropriate and good technique first. And so I will always recommend doing a deadlift off the floor before doing the Romanian deadlift movement on its own. Now, how do you do a deadlift, the cue, the setup, the technique and everything, that could be done on another video. It's a whole different video on its own. But basically, I would always recommend doing the Romanian deadlift off a rack rather than lifting it off the floor. Because lifting off the floor, you require two different movement patterns. One, the deadlift movement pattern itself, pulling the bar up. And two, the Romanian deadlift movement pattern where we lower the bar down. And so the deadlift movement pattern and the Romanian deadlift movement pattern are slightly different in the way that they are performed.